Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian and I am the Horror Show host. And today I'm going to be talking about a movie I thought I'd actually never get to watch. But it was on, I think, HBO Max. So I was like, you know what? I got a couple hours to spare. I kind of want to see this movie, namely for one certain character that I'll get into. So I thought, what the hell? I'll watch it. And I did. And that movie is The Suicide Squad from 2021. Holy crap, The Suicide Squad. I haven't seen the other one with Jared Leto. I'm not a big superhero movie or supervillain or anti-hero fan of those calibers like DC and Marvel, but I gave it a watch, mainly for King Shark, because that character just, it's sun true to me. I was like, hey, I like shark movies. I like walking shark hybrids, like half human, half shark, or a shark god that can walk. To my surprise, I actually really like this movie. I'm shocked. I don't hate superhero movies because they're superhero movies. I'll give them all a fair chance. But this was a lot of fun. And I was not expecting me to have as much fun as I did. So the reason for that is because, well, it subverted my expectations more than once. It has great characters. Before I get ahead of myself, let's get into the subversion of expectations. Now, we started this movie off with Michael Rooker. He's bouncing a ball around his confined outdoor free time space, and he gets called in and recruited to work for this organization that handles the Suicide Squad. I forgot what their name was. And he goes to do that with a few other people and a Weasel character. It's like, the hell? I'll get into the Weasel in a little bit, into the spoiler section, but, well, I don't want to say long story short because that phrase has been done to death, but it goes south really fast. And all of a sudden, those characters are not treated as the superheroes or anti-heroes or supervillains. They're treated as a distraction. And I love that. Because you spend like 20 minutes with these characters, they're all getting built up like, oh, well, this guy does that, this guy is that, this chick is from there, that chick is crazy. And it's like, okay, well, now we know these characters. Let's see. Oh my god, what's happening to them? Oh my god. That was hilarious. And then on the beach, across one of the coastlines, across from where they were, through past the jungle, another team emerges, and they're the Suicide Squad. I was like, what? I was just taken aback by that. I was impressed. And then we get a little introduction with them, and it goes from there. And it is notable to say that the first team of the Suicide Squad is a little bit larger than the second team, because there's probably like 6 or 7 of the first team and about 5 of the other ones, so there's a different quantity. And I don't know how I feel about that. At the same time, I did want to know more about the other characters, namely the Weasel. He like, what was it, 27 children? I was like, that's my kind of creature right there. And we get to know more about these other 5 who are really cool, plus another 2 from the original team. So, yeah, we got Harley Quinn, we've got, what the hell is his name? It's not John Cena, because John Cena plays a different character, but like an almost identical twin. It's not even a twin character, they're just big buff guys that look alike. I didn't think I would be able to tell them apart, but I was able to, so that's nice. There could have been a bit more backstory with some of the characters, like Idris Elba's character. He has a backstory or background with one of the big buff guys, and, well, you get to hear that, but you don't get to know really what it is. I love Dot Guy. I forgot his name, but he just throws dots at people and they shred through everything or explode. And he has a huge mother problem. Like, everywhere he looks, every person he sees, they're his mother. And it's hilarious. It's so funny. Because there's one part where he's dancing with all these hookers, or just party trash girls, and all of a sudden the camera spins around him, and all of a sudden all of them are his mother. And I was just busting a gut, because he looks like he's having the time of his life dancing with his mother. or several of his mothers. And it's not to forget to mention, rated R. There was quite a few brutal scenes, and I was kind of hoping for a couple more with the character I was most excited for, but the ones we got were satisfying. We got King Shark up into this thing, and he's tearing people in half, like, or ripping their heads off and chewing on them while they're trying to fight a huge, you saw the trailers, starfish creature, which I was kind of confused with that, like, oh, the Project Starfish. I wonder what it could be. Huh. Well, probably a goldfish. Although, there is some stuff that it's really weird. It goes out there into the sci-fi, and I was all for it. Another one of the characters I really liked was Rat Girl, or they called her Ratatouille. He was really funny like that. And she had a tragic backstory, which I did like, because it wasn't like she was just this happy, peppy girl. And she's always really tired. I don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with her comic character. I don't know. I haven't read the comics. I haven't seen any other movies. I'm not a superhero fan, but this was a lot of fun. So, I don't know what else to say besides I would check it out if you have 2.5 hours to sit back and watch. So we'll get into the spoilers. Okay? Okay, but before I do that, I'm going to say I'll probably give this a 3.5 or a 3 out of 5. It's one of those movies where it's modern comedy handled very well. It's not like, oh, well, we're going to be having poop and fart jokes. I think there's, like, none in the movie, which is nice. And they kind of try to write witty humor, which is harder than it sounds, but they do a good job, for the most part. Some of it is kind of modern humor. But, at the same time, I was pleasantly surprised. Let's get into the spoilers. So, the Weasel character is the first one I want to touch on. He is built up as this crazy, awesome creature, like the slinky little weasel man. It's really creepy looking, big eyes, lanky body. He jumps in the water with the rest of the team and drowns, and presumably is dead before he can even start the mission. Michael Rooker pulls him out. The weasel is dead. I'm like, that's pretty funny, because he never even got to start the mission. What makes it even funnier is that's at the very end of the movie, after the credits roll, or when they're just about to start, and the mission is all handled and complete, the weasel wakes up and is still alive. And it makes you wonder, too, it makes you wonder what could have happened, really, like one of two things. He was plain dead, or he just woke up out of a comatose state and didn't have to do the mission. I don't know. The implant is still in the back of his neck, so she could just blow his head up at any time. But that was really funny. I thought that was the funniest part. Because this weasel is either really dumb or really smart. Because he's either dumb because he can't swim, or he's really smart because he just evaded the mission by playing dead. Which is a cowardly thing to do, but it's a weasel. What do you expect? It's perfect because most weasels are cowards. Not like in real life animal weasels, but like people weasels, they're cowards. So I'm not seeing people weasels like creature, like people who are weasels, like jerks, like manipulative people. Oh man, it was just too funny. It was so funny that I bust a gut. I'm trying to sound like I'm putting words on a cardboard box for the release of the movie, but I'm really not. I'm going to be a little bit personal on this note, but I have been suffering from memory loss. I believe it's from COVID or attention deficit disorder, which I've had all my life. Not COVID, but the second one. And it just got worse after COVID, I guess. So I'm going to try to work with that. Memory is not doing too well, but I'm still managing. Some of the humor you see in the trailers is in the movie, but there's a lot more humor where that came from. It's not just, I thought you were the crazy one. Well, that polka dot guy kind of reminded me of Ross from Friends. Really stretching it, but I could just imagine him walking in there with his polka dot suit and going, hi. Man. And Harley Quinn was pretty cool in this movie. This is after Suicide Squad, I think. Because I know at the end of that movie I've heard, or I've seen a clip or two where the Joker is he either leaves her or is killed or taken away. And she falls in love with this tyrannical leader. And for like, I don't know, a day, half a day. And then he says he's going to have to indoctrinate and basically create a dictatorship over his city. And men, women, and children are expendable, and she shoots them. Like, they're it has a nice ring to it. Your last name and behind mine. We're gonna get married. It's so out there, and then she shoots him because he says he's gonna kill children. Like, that's messed up. I can't have that. Bravo. It wasn't. I didn't see it. I kind of saw it coming because they were having, sex and breaking everything, and guns were flying all over the floor. And I'm like, yeah, she's gonna pick one up and kill him. I didn't expect when. I thought it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be a little bit later than it actually was. If not earlier. It happened at a time I wasn't expecting it. So that worked. John Cena's character, he's okay. I feel he's kind of. I don't want to say overshadowed by the other identical big gruff mercenary. But I just found the other big gruff mercenary to have a more intimidating demeanor and a more powerful, captivating voice. John Cena's character is kind of just like this jokey, buff guy. And the other guy is very serious, but he's a good guy. So, I don't know. It was a very weird decision for me to try to pick my favorite, but I'd have to go with the other mercenary, the first one to go on the beach with the others. I'm not a fan of John Cena. I don't watch wrestling, so I have no real attachment to the actor. So that could be why. But oh my god, this movie was so stupid, but I loved it. Because it was stupid. It was trying to be as funny as I could. It had some creative stylistic choices behind the camera, or in front of the camera, or behind the scenes in the production, or post-production, where there was interesting edits. Like, they'll say, what's next on the mission slate? And behind them, in the flames of a burning rubble, of a burning wreckage that they took down, it'll say, with the flames and the writing, what's next? And they're like, no, that's not next. And then changes to what's actually next. And that's really clever. It's very weird and out there editing and special effects visual-wise. And I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. There were some other times with that. One thing I didn't understand, and I thought was one of the best, most beautiful shots in the trailer, was when Harley Quinn is shooting up these bad guys and flowers pop up behind her. I was like, how's that? Did someone shoot a cannon of flowers at her? No. It's just a stylistic choice. I was like, that's weird. And then she shoots people or stabs them, and blood comes out with flowers. I mean, there's blood and flowers. It's very interesting. I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. But I thought it was an interesting choice because it's something out of the realm of the movie's reality. That's the best way I can put it. I don't know really what else to say about this movie. It had me thinking about it for at least a day or two. And I thought I'd give my thoughts on it because I probably will never review it as an official review. So I thought, why not do it on here as an after the watch episode. I probably will put this on Patreon first, so you guys can watch it, and then come back to my YouTube channel maybe about a week or two later and watch it on there. So yeah, that's it. That's it. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and Lion Brian Gatto, the horror show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon, or even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Plus, you get early access to videos that I've made that are not up on YouTube yet. I'll be doing that from now on more often. Monetary support, if you want to support the channel through PayPal, it's horrorshow37@gmail.com. Feel free. I'd greatly appreciate it. But if you don't want to support me with any money, just hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And as always, subscribe.